Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh,
Can you
hang
hear
on.
me?
I can't see you. Hang on. Hiya.
Hi. How you doing?
Hello. I'm good, thank you. You?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm just, I've got my 3 sets of cards out. I'm just trying to figure out which one to use for you. So
Okay.
if you have a preference, I can show them to you. This is the Druid pack.
Mhm.
You can see them.
Mhm.
So that's the brown pack.
Mhm.
And we've got the purple pack, which is the Witches pack.
Mhm.
Okay. And then there's the Robin Wood pack, which is quite kind of like a pagan pack. It's green.
Mm.
Okay. So these are the cards there. Kind of cartoony. They're all very
Yeah.
good. So
They all look nice. Yeah.
yeah. So I have my pendulum. So I'm just choosing one for you. It's not the brown one. So I think it's going to be the other two. Let's have a look. It's the witches. It's the witches pack.
That's what I was. That's probably what I would have gone with. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. The other two is not. There wasn't moving at all. So when you do the witches pack, it just started going around straight away. So it's a
Mm.
definite connection with this pack. Cool. Right. How are you?
Yeah. Good. Thank you.
Cool. Have you had a reading before?
Yeah. A couple of times. Yeah.
Okay. Do you know about the law of attraction?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I know the basic kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You only really need to know the basics. So I'll just quickly explain why I bring that up is because basically everything is law of attraction based because it's a universal law that's always in use. It's always in action. So therefore, whatever you're thinking leads to a feeling. Whatever you're feeling, you're vibrating to the universe. Wherever you vibrate to the universe will bring you the equivalent of that back to you. So if you're thinking about a relationship and you're thinking negatively, then you're putting that in the universal pot for yourself, right? And then that's coming to you bit by bit. If you're putting something positive about, let's say, finances, and you put that in the pot, then somebody might have their financial life working very, very well, but the relationship life not working very well. Because however you feel about something, you put into that pot. When I'm going to be doing the readings with the Witches pack for you, what I'm doing is I'm looking into that, we're sort of peeking into that pot and seeing what's in there. And that's what I'm going to read for you, okay? If you're not happy with anything that comes up, then it means that the universal law of attraction work is required to shift the energy around that situation so that your life is on track in that regard as well as everything else. You know what I mean? So that's what we're doing. We're going to lay out a reading, do a few readings for you, and look and see what's working and what isn't working, see what's on its way. It's very interesting that your date of birth is what? Remind me again.
22nd, 1079.
So sheep Libra is what you
What's your date of birth?
31st of January. Although I'm 1980, it's still a sheep year.
Yeah.
The Chinese year changed. I think it's on the 8th of February. I can't remember. I have to look. I never remember those. Unfortunately, I have to look those ones up.
Yeah. Same.
So okay, but it is interesting that you being a sheep Libra. So sheep is equates to the Cancerian sign, so it's water. Aquarius is air. What's your time of birth? Do you know?
It's 1705.
Okay, so sheep, 3 to 5 is monkey, so 5 to 7 is rooster. So your chart is quite evenly balanced. So you've got three segments of water from the sheep. You've got one from the air, from the Libra, and you've got 2 segments from the rooster, which is earth. So 2 segments earth, 3 segments water, and 1 segment air. So what you don't have is fire. So that immediately tells me that people that you're going to be drawn to you are going to be fire signs. So in particular, dragons, in particular, signs, and rats. Also monkeys. Actually, monkeys are just 1 year younger than you. So, but the monkey signs are the ones that you'll have around you because they're not. You don't have any fire in your chart. So that will draw.
So I'll be.
Unless you're in a fire year, like last year was a fire year. So therefore, the year makes up the lack. So therefore, you won't feel like you need fire as much. But because now we're in a rooster year, and you've got 2 roosters in your sign, so you're probably going through a little bit of an upheaval this year. Last year, monkey year, wasn't particularly good for you either, to be honest. And sheep.
Depends on the
Yeah, sheep year, the 2015, which was our own year, where we turned 36. That year was just emotional for everybody. Everybody was having a highly, highly emotional time. But when you're a sheep sign in a sheep year, it's like super emotional. And a beginning part of last year, things probably got even worse. Like the January, February, March sort of time, even into the monkey year, it was hyper. Like some of the sheep I know had the worst time of their life, you know. But now in the rooster year, it's beginning to sort of even out, especially now after that solar eclipse. Things are beginning to improve. It's really interesting. After that solar eclipse, certain like your closest friends or people that you've been around a long time begin slipping away from you. Or like, you may have had some sort of breakup, a partnership breakup, or some sort of breakup, but people are going to be leaving your life after that solar eclipse, because now it's time for you to enter a life that's more your own. It's not easy, but it's more your own. That's literally over the last few weeks it's begun. Does this make sense to you?
Oh, completely. Yeah, completely. Everything you've said.
Yeah. Okay, let's get started.
Right.
Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, cool. So I'll give you a quick guideline of how this works. So what I tend to do first, so we talked a little bit about the astrology. I've talked about law of attraction, so you know how this works. So there's nothing to fear. There's nothing to worry about. Really, there isn't. All we're doing is we're looking at what's there, and once we've seen what's there, if there's anything negative, it just means you have to shift that energy. And at the end of this, based upon what needs to be shifted, I'll send you some meditations as well. So, if it's love related, then I'll send you a meditation on love. If it's finance related, I'll send you something about abundance or whatever, and you just listen to it at night time, and that will shift the energy and hopefully get you on track. Okay, cool. So we'll start off with the general reading first, and then once we've done general reading, then we can ask specific questions. And then if you've got loads of questions, then that's fine. We can spend the hour doing that. But after that. After the, if you've got time, I'll do an annual reading for you as well, like a 12-month spread as well. So we have a look month by month. Okay? Let me just back a little bit. I'm going to shuffle the cards. I want you to tell me when to stop shuffling, okay?
Okay. Now.
Cool. Okay. Okay, the first thing I see is you're attempting to sort of climb back on a wagon that you were on before. It's trying we're trying to return to somewhere you've been before. There's some good things and some bad things from that, because you can't ever really go back. And maybe your journey sort of past, maybe it's already done. And you can try and go back, and maybe it will work for a little while, probably won't work long term. But I understand why you want to go there. I just don't think it serves you, to be honest. Okay. Yeah, that's just from the start. I feel like the recent months, you've just been sort of waiting, figuring it out. Wait, I just need to observe. I just need to have clarity. I need to get my clarity first before I make any decision. And you've sort of got to a point now where you're kind of ready to make a decision. Maybe you already have, but leaving everything else behind. What's important for you to self-nurture? So we've got the Queen of Cups. She's the self-nurturer. And so now it's time for you to just take care of yourself and take care of your nerves and take care of your body and everything else. Nurture yourself before you nurture anyone else, okay? The opportunities are now coming up that you've been waiting for, sort of thing. And it's really strange because maybe the timing isn't right or something isn't right, but the opportunities are now coming to you at this time. And you should absolutely take them. You should absolutely take them. And even though the timing might not be perfect, it doesn't matter. Just go for it now. These opportunities that are coming, they're going to take a year before they sort themselves out, because we've got the Wheel of Fortune, which is a 1-year completion process. So this is on its way, and these opportunities are going to come for you left, right, and centre for the next 3 months till the end of the year. Yeah, until December. So for the remainder of this rooster year. By the way, rooster year is really interesting for sheep signs. It's where we make a lot of our new friends that we sort of keep into our life for the next decade or so. Think back to 2005 and think about the people you met at that time. And like you would have met some significant friends at that time. Have a think about it later, and you'll see. Especially towards the end of the year. So end of 2005, beginning of 2006, you would have seen that was when you met 2 or 3 close friends that have been like in your life for the last decade. Okay, so once those opportunities will be there, you'll be able to capitalize on them, because we've got Sun card, which is the best cards in the pack. So you will capitalize on those opportunities, and they will continue for the next 12 months because of the Wheel of Fortune. I feel for you at the beginning part of next year, the beginning of the dog year, I feel like it's going to be a period of time of rest and respite for you. You'll just need a break. You need to pull back, because I reckon this autumn is going to get quite busy for you. Yeah. And the overall outcome card this is kind of the thing I started with, is the 7 of Swords. Now, this card is about people who aren't entirely trustworthy. Okay, so you've got to be wary of people's intentions, and also this a return. Remember, I said at the beginning, like, you're returning to something you've already been through and already done. This is this is symbolic of the next 6 months. So, despite all the opportunities and everything, I still feel there is possibly one person in particular who is not a positive energy for you, and you might need to extricate yourself from them a little bit. Well, more than a little bit. I reckon there's one person who's quite negative, who you just need some distance from, serious distance from, because it's impacting your energy. You're trying to move forwards, and you can't move forwards with this person just keeps pulling you back again. Yeah. Okay, cool. That's the starting point. That's a general 6-month spread. Now we can do specific questions. So now it's up to you. You can either tell me the question and I can read knowing what the question is, which makes my life easier. But if it's something personal, you don't have to tell me, and I'll read blind. Okay, so it's up to you. However you want to do it, you let me know.
Okay. Mainly what I want to know is just what's going to happen in these next few months till the end of the year. So not exactly anything specific, but particularly those, these last months of the year, what exactly is going to be happening. I suppose it's probably a bit too late now, but it does involve pretty much. I know a lot about the ascension, so it's kind of related to that. So my journey, basically, how what's going to happen with my journey in the next couple of months.
What's the situation on the relationship side front with you?
Good.
Yeah.
In a sense, I have a twin flame.
Yeah, that's good.
We're not seeing each other at the moment, as in physically seeing.
I feel like there's a lot of responsibility. There's too much on someone's shoulders. It might be the other person, but there's a lot of responsibility on their shoulders, and they have to just focus on that. And so that's one thing that I'm seeing. But I do see a emotional shift in terms of relationships. What I'm seeing is this: it's not going to be easy for you for the next 6 months. Okay. Because I feel like your wall is going to be up. You're going to be a bit defensive. You're going to be overthinking the situation, and then you're going to think, okay, I need a break. I might need a break from this. I just need to stop thinking and feeling like this. So I feel around the relationships, I just don't have a good feeling at the moment. This is why I asked the question. And that doesn't mean that the connection isn't there. It just circumstances are such that for some reason you can't be together at this moment in time. Yeah. So that's what I'm seeing. So you might. This is at the 3 to 6 month mark. I feel like you may need to just have some official distance or official something.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, this is the relationship one, and we've got all these cards. You can see they're not great cards for relationships. This is why I'm asking that question. However, the positive stuff here is the fact that the overall outcome card is the Fool card, which means freedom, which means adventure, which means a new experience, and starting afresh. So, and this is how you're thinking and how you're feeling, and what's going to cause partial breakdown and then partial rebuild. Okay, so this is why it's. And I don't mean breakdown like a nervous breakdown. I mean like kind of deconstruction of the situation and then rebuilding something new and fresh and exciting and adventurous. Okay, in this spread, this is the most significant card, and it's a good card to get. So it's all in your benefit. In terms of the law of attraction, you're ready for something new, and you're ready for something not so messy. Okay, does that all make sense to you?
Yeah, very much so.
Another plus side here is whatever has happened, you'll get treated fairly.
Sorry?
You'll get treated fairly because this is the card of justice.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. So in terms of, so you asked about ascension. This wasn't about the ascension. This was about relationship. So,
Okay.
So let's have a look at the ascension. You mean ascension meaning your own personal evolution, or do you mean ascension in terms of the world changing, the universe changing?
Both, to be honest.
Well, there's definitely an awakening happening, and like 2012, the end of the Mayan calendar. That was at the beginning of the shift, and then 2016 was also really significant because it's a 9. The year was a 9. It was ending year.
Yeah.
So because 2016, 1 7 plus 2 is 9. So last year was 9. So it was another ending. This year is really interesting because it's like a different feeling year. But do you see the chaos, the political chaos, the chaos that's happening left, right, and centre? Also, I mean, maybe I shouldn't go too much into it, but there are a lot of things that are sort of coming out into the woodworks. Like, I don't know if you know about the paedophile rings and all that sort of stuff that's coming to light.
The what, sorry?
Paedophile rings and all of these things that are hidden for a long time. UFO sightings, all those types of things, they're now coming out to the fore.
Oh, yeah.
Because things are, it's like the people of this world are now ready to hear the truth. And ready to face the truth. Because these things have been happening for a long, long time. But there wasn't the tools to recognize it. Like the internet has been like a massive equalizer. All of this sort of stuff. So in terms of the collective unconscious, we're all evolving, we're all ascending, and it's all coming up. And people who are really, really spiritual, like your signs are really spiritual. They're very similar to mine. Obviously, I'm a sheep Aquarius, sheep with air. You're a sheep Libra, sheep with air. So we're the empaths of the world, right? And being empathic, we're on that leading edge of evolution. Where we're pulling, and as we shift our energy, we're pulling other people along with us. You know what I mean? And so in terms of your ascension, you're on that leading edge. In terms of even astrologically, you are. And so it's a significant time. That's just sort of general. I mean, a lot of people would be able to relate to that because it's there's lots of empaths out there, you know.
Yeah.
Not necessarily with our signs. Astrology that we have, you know, there's lots of any of the 144 combinations can be empaths, but certain signs have certain leanings towards this sort of stuff. For example, the rat sign with the water signs attached, they have a proclivity to being channels. Like people like Esther Hicks. Do you know Esther Hicks? There's Abraham Hicks, channels Abraham.
I think I've heard the name, but I'm not sure.
Anyway, I'll leave that. So let's have a look at let's answer your question.
Okay.
So in terms of tell me when to stop shuffling the cards.
Stop.
Do you do any law of attraction work? Like, do you meditate, or do you have a practice?
Not a practice, no. But I mean, I've been doing a lot of you know, inner work, recently.
Yeah. What
in the last few years?
Yeah.
Sorry.
What sort of stuff do you do? What sort of work do you do?
I mean, in the kind of the karmic, inner work, that kind of stuff. And it's just so nothing in particular. I mean, I know I should meditate probably a lot more, but no specific practice as such. It's just as it comes along,
That's okay. But I mean, I'm trying to. I see why I'm asking you the question is because I feel like for somebody who is in tune, I feel like you're not in alignment as often as you should be, or as often as you could be.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is why I'm asking about what your practice is, because if you maybe you should find something that works for you. Like for me, I meditate every single day.
Mm-hmm.
Every single day. And I find that when I meditate, sometimes it goes well and sometimes it doesn't. You can sense when you're in that moment and when you're not. And
Mm-hmm.
when I am in that moment, when I finish, it's like my whole day just works, because it's like I'm on autopilot, but not autopilot in a non-productive way. I'm autopilot in a productive way. Like my body just knows what it needs to do and
Mm-hmm.
get stuff done. And I find that's as a result of me being still and finding the stillness and finding myself in alignment with my higher self. And when I find that I do that, I find that my day goes really productively.
Mm-hmm.
What with this card and with all the cards that I'm saying, because we're looking specifically at your evolution and your ascension, and what it's saying is for somebody who has the powerful capacity to be in alignment, you're not in alignment often as you could be. So
could that be because of illness?
It could be because of illness. It could be because of, this is a card of indifference. Can you see the boy's kind of indifferent? There's a blessing in disguise as well with this card.
Okay.
Yeah. It could be to do with illness. Yeah, it could be. I feel like sometimes you may be sort of pulled in two directions. One direction is the conventional world and the way that the conventional world it expects you to be, and then the other one is your unconventional beliefs, which make you think, well, this is all crap. This is crap. This doesn't work. Why am I doing this? So I think this is another thing that's getting in the way of your it's not that it's getting in the way of it. That's not the right way of putting it. But it's impacting you. Allow yourself to be as unconventional as you want. Allow yourself to be you. And don't feel judged by people. They will judge you.
Oh.
Feel judged. Don't allow them to make you feel judged. And then, so this is sort of the progression of what's yet to come in terms of your ascension. So this, when the Tower card comes, it's about the breakdown of certain belief systems that will then be rebuilt again. So I feel like there are certain ways of thinking that you're engaged in, or you find yourself engaged in, that really doesn't suit you, that serve you, doesn't serve your higher needs. So they need to go. And the problem with this card, it's like you've held onto it, and the universe has encouraged you to change certain ways of thinking. And once you get to the point of the Tower, it's like, well, the universe has given you plenty of opportunity to change it yourself, and then something dramatic has to happen to force you to change that belief system. So this is on the way. I'm afraid, but like it's on the way. But this isn't an easy experience when the Tower card comes. But it's necessary for you to shift your belief system in such a way that your belief structure does serve who you are and your higher, what it is you really, really want. So it's no bad thing. And at least when this card comes, it happens quickly.
Yeah. Did you say this is the year one?
No, this is about your ascension.
Right. Okay. Sorry.
Ascension, yeah. And the busyness is going to come, like the card of when you're juggling like loads of different jobs and lots of different things that you have to do, and that's. I feel like you're already doing that, but that will continue for the next 3-4 months. That will continue, and then you have to deal with this person who's not entirely trustworthy. He's back again. Look at him.
Nice hat.
So yeah, so there's all of that. And then I said, well, what's the advice? I said the advice is financially things are going to improve a little bit. Financially it's going to be a small improvement. There's realize that you have more freedom than you don't realize you have as much freedom as you do. You have more freedom than you realize. And if something's trying to end in your life, let it go. Something's trying to finish in your life, let it go. Okay? In fact, there's 3 cards I should be showing you because I feel like you know who this person is. So this is like a forced ending. It needs to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah.
All right. So that's to do with your ascension. Once you get that negative energy out of the way, you'll have space to breathe. You'll open up the space in your life so that you can then think, right, what is it that Alexis needs? What is it that I need? And don't fill it too quickly. That's everything I'm saying to you because I'm kind of going through something similar.
Yeah.
Once I make the space, then I like fill it with stuff because I'm scared. What will happen? What am I going to do? I have to do something. I've got to keep busy, but it doesn't serve you to fill that space. Let it just be empty for a little while and find something to fill it. Find something great to fill it with. But clear that space for yourself because I feel like you need it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to shuffle the cards, and then do you have any other questions? Specific questions before we move on to the 12-month spread? Or if you want, we could do the 12-month spread next, and then if you have any specific questions after that, we can go to them afterwards. Yeah?
That's right. Yeah.
All right, we'll do it that way. We're kind of truth seekers, like I'm sure you are as well, because anyone that's sort of into this sort of realm tends to be that way. And it's very easy for the masses to look at people like us and say they're in airy fairy cuckoo land. But it's very interesting that these sorts of people are the ones that tend to be aware of stuff before. Like, it's interesting that people like Albert Einstein had a spiritual bent. They were interested in this stuff as well. Scientists of the world, you know.
Tesla
was very spiritual. You know, Thomas Edison used to try and get in touch with his subconscious and to get his invention ideas. It's interesting that the people, it's just people that in the mainstream don't talk about it, but the people that tend to be on the sort of leading edge of this stuff tend to be quite spiritual, is what I'm saying. Right, 12-month spread. Okay, I'm going to cut this in 3. You have to tell me 1, 2, or 3.
3, please.
So where are we? September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. Okay, I feel this month for you, I might talk a bit fast. Can you hear me okay?
It's a little bit quiet, but...
Okay. Let me bring this down here. Okay. All right. I talk quite quickly when I do this because it comes quickly, so I say it quickly. Okay?
Yep, fine. Yeah.
September, I feel like there's tension. There's tension inside you. There's this feeling of like, oh, I want to take action. I want to do something. I want to get stuff sorted, but I can't just do it just yet because I'm worried about what people are going to think, how things are, how I'm not sure how I feel about this, but I just want to get rid of this feeling in my stomach. Just want to have it be done with. I feel like whatever it is you're trying to get done this month won't happen this month, but it will happen next month. October, I feel like it would just be like, okay, enough. I can't stay like this anymore. It needs to change. It needs to change now. So therefore, you will do whatever is necessary for you to make that change. It's not going to be easy. You're going to piss people off. You might be upset yourself for a while, but you know what? You've cleared that space I was talking to you about before. So I think it will happen next month. Okay? November, a brand new beginning for you. I think that you'll come out of that sort of upset, the hurt, the feeling of loss, grieving. You'll still be there a little bit, but I feel like you'll be able to see what's now available to you once that funny energy is over and done with. I feel like December, we've got the card of mastery here. Rebuilding, mastery, writing, getting expressing yourself and getting stuff out. This is a very, very positive card. This is for December. September, October, November, December. Yeah, December. The card of mastery, and also one of the cards of rebuilding. There's the three of Pentacles in the Rider-Waite pack. They're rebuilding a church. So remember what I told you about your belief systems having to crumble before they get rebuilt. The Three of Pentacles in another pack, they're rebuilding a church, which is symbolic of rebuilding your beliefs, rebuilding your life, rebuilding your spiritual center. Okay, that's December. January, I feel like you have to make a decision. I feel like there's 2 roads that are open to you. So it's decision time. Which way are you going to go? What are you going to choose? So that's January for you. February. So this is at the time where Chinese year changes to the dog year, which is creatively a very good year for us.
Yep.
Yeah. February will be fantastic. This is one of the best cards in the pack, the World card. So you're in tune with the universe, opportunities galore. It's up to you. So after having that indecision, I feel like you've got the decision there, indecision in January, choice where you make. I don't think it matters which choice you ultimately make. What's next? Okay, so it's all good after that. March will see you be the social butterfly. You'll be out and about, seeing people, busy, socializing with lots of new groups of people, and they'll really enjoy your company as well. That's March. April is very good for love. So it's a positive omen for love. So if it's with the person you're with currently, things are looking up. Or if it's somebody new, it's just a friendship or something that turns into something deeper. May, we have the Queen of Swords. So now she is somebody who listens to her head and not her heart. She's got her own kingdom or queendom to rule. And so she has to be alert. She has to be on, turned on, not turned on in that way, but
Yeah.
So she needs to be, her faculties have to be working and functional. So so May may be a time for you where you've got a lot to achieve, and you've got to your feelings and focus more on productivity. June will be another fantastic month. So this is the card of it's like one of the family cards. It's focused on it's almost like, what is it that you really want? Keep that at the forefront of your mind. I know with law of attraction you do that anyway, but when this card comes, it's like the dream. Focus on the dream and start working your way towards that. Okay, so that's June. July, we have a challenge. You have the upper hand from the challenge, but there's still a challenge, and there's maybe some frustration to get things done, but or the things achieved in the way that you want them to be achieved. But still, it's you've got the upper hand, and you have the skills and the abilities to come out on top here. August, we have the Wheel of Fortune again. The wheel turns in your favor. So there's things that you could start in August that could last another whole year before they come to fruition. It could be a time where you start a new job at that time, August. Yeah. Okay. Before we move on, do you have any specific questions about the next few months? Let's say, have you got any plans for next month that you're thinking about, that you want to know about in particular?
I'm thinking about doing some traveling, just kind of like a city, break or something, maybe New York or...
That could happen. Look at her, she's enjoying herself, out and about.
Yeah, okay.
Kind of looks like you, look.
It does, but yeah. That's me at the bar, getting trolleys.
All right. Anything else? Like in the next few months in particular?
I think not really, no.
Okay, cool. All right. So leading on from that, do you have any specific questions you want to know about after that? Or what I think to do towards the end is yes/no questions.
Yeah.
So do you have any yes/no questions that you want to get answered?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do.
So it's up to you now if you want to tell me what the questions are, but you don't have to. I'm happy to read blind. What we do is we think about the first one. So let's say I'm thinking about buying a house. I'll give you an example of how this works. I want to buy this house. So you feel the yes of it first in your body, in your system. So like, I found this great house. It's in a great location. The price is all right. I'm feeling, yes, I want to buy this house. I just want to buy this house. Yes, I want to live in that location. The rooms are a bit small. I'm not sure about the rooms, but I'm feeling, yes, I want to stay in this house. So you feel the yes in your body first.
Yeah.
And then what I'll do is when you tell me that you're ready, you tell me and I'll look at the cards and I'll pull a card for you. Okay. So let's do the fictional version of the house. So this is the yes for the house. Okay. The Two of Pentacles. So then I'm thinking, no, I'm not going to buy this house. The rooms are a bit too small. I don't think that my whole family is going to be able to fit into this house. I'm not going to buy this house. It's
Mm-hmm.
on second thoughts, maybe the price isn't good enough. So I'm feeling the no in my body.
Mm-hmm.
And then I look at the cards and I'm like, right, this is the no.
Mm-hmm.
So now I look at the two cards. This is the yes and this is the no. If I do buy this house, I'm going to have to work really hard to sustain it because it's money comes in, money comes out. I'm going to have to juggle jobs and blah, 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 blah. If it's a no, it's going to be worse for me if it's a no, because where I am, I'm probably paying more money than I have, or the opportunity isn't there for me. So this is worse than this. So the answer will be yes, do it, because this is a better card than this.
Right.
You see how it works?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So now it's up to you if you want to tell me what the question is, but you don't have to. I'm happy to read blind.
Is it right if we do it blind?
Yep, we can do. So think of the situation and feel the yes of it first. Do you know what the question is? So you're focusing.
Oh, sorry. That should stop. Right, yeah, I'll be able to.
So feel the yes of it first, okay? And tell me when you have the feeling in your body. Take your time.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is your yes. Now feel the no.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So this is your no.
Mm-hmm.
So the yes is a better option here.
Yeah.
The yes is a better option. So the yes, it means you'll be around people. You're the social butterfly again. It's that same card, the Queen of Wands. The no, I feel like there's other people that will be affected. Yeah, it's possibly someone young because he's young. This person.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but the other people will be affected. So I think the yes is a better option here. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Another one?
Okay. Yeah.
Feel the yes first and take your time.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. This is your yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And feel the no.
Okay.
And this is your no. So this is an interesting one. The yes, and I don't know if this is related to finances or study or anything like that, but this card is to do with financing and study and circumstances getting slightly better. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This card here means this is your yes. The
Mm-hmm.
no is more powerful if you are prepared to lay down the boundaries
Right.
and lay down the law. Take the role of the emperor and lay down the law. So this could actually yield bigger results long term.
Mm-hmm.
Saying no, but saying yes short term, you can get slight improvements.
Mm.
Does this make sense to you?
It's difficult. I suppose it's the type of question that I'm asking.
Either of these could work. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Either of these could work. The yes could work, but I feel like it's short term benefits. The no would, if it's no to an opportunity, there'll be another opportunity that's better.
Mm-hmm.
This means that regarding this, there's work involved.
Yeah.
Regarding the no, there's work involved. If you turn down this one or say no to this one, there's a lot of stuff that you'll need to do, but it's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. Another one.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Okay. Sorry. Can you focus on it again? I'm sorry. I was in my own little world.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Feel the yes. Feel the kick in your body. Kick in your belly.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. This is your yes.
Mm-hmm.
And your no. Feel the no.
Okay.
So this is your no. So it's very interesting because there's, again, they're both kind of duality, the cards of duality, because there's two, this one here and this is the Temperance card. So 1 foot in, 1 foot out. But she's
But she's what? Sorry.
she's the alchemist.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So the yes is a yes, but with indecision, because there's still two directions you could go. So yes, it's like, okay, I'll do it, but I don't know how I'm going to do it. This one or this one, I don't know. I'm still confused. This one, the no, is 1 foot in, 1 foot out. So I'm a bit confused because they're both cards of duality here. I feel like you're really undecided in this one. Could be 50-50. Does this make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
This one's more powerful again.
Yeah.
Major arcana.
Mm-hmm.
And also, again, a bit similar to what I said last time, in that if you say, if the no here is more powerful because of what you're say no to this and you say yes to something else, that's more powerful. But regarding the situation, you have power. Right. You can turn lead into gold, basically, in this situation, especially if you say no.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you have me at your disposal for another 10 minutes. So do you have any more questions? Yes, questions, or however you want to do it, you tell me, and then I'm happy to sort of do it your way. Tell me what it is. If you can tell me what it is you want to know, then I'll let you know what the best way is, so we can answer those questions.
Okay. I'm thinking of. I live with parents currently because of ill health. I have for a long time. But I'm thinking of looking into getting, council housing and but then as well, I'm thinking of staying here. I've only got a very small room, so I don't have a lot of room here to put things. I'm thinking of kind of moving things around, redecorating, making a bit more space. Either that, or actually moving out, getting my own place, having more space that way.
Yeah.
It's difficult either way because I have something called chronic fatigue. So yeah, makes everything difficult. Like brushing my teeth hurts. Just standing up hurts. So what would be the best to stay living with the parents? Or
I see that you're staying with your parents is really difficult for you at the moment, because I see that they're not easy people to deal with, and I can see that you're kind of desperate to get out. Look, you're desperate to get out.
Yeah.
But I feel like your presence is necessary, and you have to kind of this situation. You have to wait. This is kind of waiting before a resolution. So it's there's no clear-cut answer on this one.
No.
So therefore, so I'm looking at opportunities now. Both opportunities can work for you. So this is if you moved out and tried to get council housing, a brand new start, new feelings, a life more your own, feeling like an adolescent again. So this is a very good option. Like get a council house yourself. Doing up the place and staying there is another really fantastic option. They're both fantastic options. I wonder whether it's worth starting off with this and with a view to working towards this afterwards.
Okay.
I think this would just sort your head out, because that claustrophobic little room is just not doing you any good.
No. That makes sense.
Yeah. So when you said that about the small room, my feeling of like claustrophobia, and also this card that keeps coming up for you, or that feeling in the stomach. And remember when I started in September, that feeling in the stomach of like,
Mhm.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was related to that, because everything that you're experiencing is a manifestation of what your thought process is. So it
Yeah.
projects it externally. So that room is a manifestation of how much freedom you're giving yourself.
Mhm.
And that feeling in your stomach of, this just is not right. This is not what my life is supposed to be. This is not how I know you know this stuff as well. So I think that you know that, how have I created this? How have I created this? Anyway, look, it's not going to take much for that shift to take place, because it's already on its way. So I think start do the painting, whatever it is you need to do to make the room bigger and give you the space you need, and then work towards this, because this is going to give you a lot of enjoyment, a lot of freedom, and the feeling of being young again. You know, because we're old buggers, you and I, Alexis.
Yeah, getting on.
Yeah. Isn't it crazy? We're nearly 40. We would have been in the same year, you and I.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. More? What else? Would you know what to do next? So therefore, regarding the house situation, so you're with your parents. So the next step will be to create a space that you feel comfortable in. So you've got a small room, then get rid of some of the bits and pieces to make sure that the room feels like it's bigger, or you can move to a different room, or whatever you can do. But do that, because it will make such a difference to your psychology.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
So, any more questions?
Nope.
Yeah, I feel like we've come to a natural conclusion. I didn't feel like you had any more questions.
No.
Is there anything? I've got like, what is it, 5 minutes left? A bit more than that. I don't know. But we can cut it short. But is there anything else you want to say, or anything else you want to?
I would like to, to talk about, to give you, a response on what you've said.
Yeah.
But it's difficult because I've got to go out soon. I wouldn't be able to. I don't know. Should I email you or do something like that, and I can give you a? Would that be good?
Yeah, it's probably better not to do it on this anyway, because this is going to go out as the
yeah.
As well. So if it's personal and you want to sort of go into detail and you don't want it to be sort of revealed, then that's fine. So email me. You've got my email address.
Yeah.
We'll do that way. But thank you very much. Thank you for agreeing to do this.
Well, no, thank you.
Yeah, no, it's
been great. You were pretty much, spot on with everything. Very, very. I know it isn't difficult because I didn't give you much information, did I? But no, that did. It was quite.
It's probably a good thing, because then the people that are watching this video.
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't know. I was reading.
That's it.
So.
Yeah.
A good one.
Yeah.
Good thing that happened that way. Well, thank you very much. I really, really appreciate it, and I look forward to getting your email as well.
Yeah. Lovely to meet you.
You too. Take care. Lots of love.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.